Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So today we've got another pellet gun to review. It's kind of an interesting pellet gun. It made a small upgrade from the last one I had in a way. But let's unbox it and see what it is. Alrighty, so here we've got the pellet gun. Get out of the box and see what it is. It's a little shorter than the other one that I got before. Should be kind of interesting. Oh, cool, look at this. It's a Beeman Raider PCP. You can see it here. The Beeman Raider. I got a PCP this time instead of a brake barrel. I wanted to try the PCP. This one here is probably the cheapest, well, not almost the cheapest PCP you can get. It's maybe it's about $160 on Pyramid Air. And it's definitely a lot more powerful than the Crosswind one. So it's probably the best, most powerful PCP you can get. That's the cheapest at that price. It's 3,500 psi, goes up to 900 feet per second and 22. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Comes with a 10-shot 22 magazine, up to 60 shots per fill in the 177 or 22. Has a built-in pressure gauge, hardwood stock, all that. Anyway, let's go and get it unboxed. Oh, okay, there it is. It's in a plastic case here, and it's in foam here. So as far as packaging, it's cracked a little bit here on this side. I would say, I don't know, probably, I would say maybe a 2.5 out of 5 or 5 out of 10. It's in here pretty securely, but it's not on like a foam base or anything. So 5 out of 10. Okay, here's the gun. There's some accessories for it here. Get out. Let me put these off to the side here. And here's the gun itself right here. Let's get it out. First things first, let's get this thing opened up, get out of the box in here, see what we've got. Okay, first impressions holding it, feeling it. I would say it's very lightweight, extremely lightweight. This bolt is kind of a big bolt. It's kind of loose too, I don't really like that. Like, it's kind of loose. I don't like the way it does that. That doesn't sound too good. Also, if you notice, the whole barrel band up here is plastic. I don't really like that either. I mean, it's not cheap plastic. It's pretty solid plastic, but it's not too good. It's a shroud over a metal barrel. The barrel is metal. It's just a plastic shroud. And the other thing I don't like, that's not too good either, is that apparently the breech here is plastic too, which is not very good either. Again, it's not cheap. I mean, it's not cheap plastic. I mean, it's pretty solid plastic, but it's plastic. It's not metal. And it has a dovetail scope mount on it here, but that's plastic too. So that's not too great. I don't really like that. But you know, for a $160 PCP, I mean, you should expect that. One other thing, by the way, I read this somewhere. So if you don't want this plastic breech, you can contact contact Barra. Their breeches on the Barra 1100Z will probably fit on here, and I think those are probably metal, so you could install those on here and it should work okay if you don't like the plastic. It has a pressure fill gauge right down here, goes up to 3,500 psi, actually 5,000 psi, but you don't want to fill that high. Has the fill probe thing. Here's the fill cap, and it has the fill probe thing right here. It's just the I get it's the just a regular Foster fitting is what you use for this one. So this one didn't come with any pressure in it, all the way down to 0. So I'm waiting for the pump to get here so I can fill this thing up and use it. Here, the trigger, it's a metal trigger, which is very nice. I'm not sure exactly what the poundage is on the trigger, but it's a decently light trigger. Plastic trigger guard here, which is, I guess, not ideal, but it works. Also, there is let's see, I can show you here. Also, right down in here, there is a hammer. You can adjust the hammer spring right down here in the back of the gun. Adjust it up or down, whatever kind of power you want. This thing is not regulated, so you'll probably want to tune it so you can get the amount of shots per fill that you want. Alrighty, the gun also came with some accessories here, so just go over them real quick here. So it came with a whole bunch of Allen wrenches like this in here for tuning the gun and a bunch of other things like that. Also comes with 2 single shot trays and 2 magazines. So here's one of the 10-shot magazines, You just fill it up. I guess you just stick your pellet in there and rotate it around. This plastic thing on top does not move. Has a roller thing here on the side with numbers. You can see how many shots you have left, and you just rotate it around and fill it up with pellets. It is plastic. It's not a metal magazine, unfortunately, and it does feel kind of like a cheap plastic. But for $160, I mean, magazines like this are kind of expected. They should work. Okay. Also comes with some single shot trays, but they are plastic as well. And look like this. They're very cheap. I mean, it's made out of solid plastic, but I mean, it's plastic, unfortunately. So not super great, but for a budget air gun, that's what you should expect. So let's see how this performs. Alrighty guys, so we are out here now, and we're going to go ahead and do all of our testing with the Beeman Raider PCP. We'll see how fast it shoots. We'll see what kind of accuracy we can get out of it, and we'll see how much power it has. So let's go ahead and do that. Got the chronograph here. We'll be testing speed of the Gamma Ultra Magnum pellets, the JTS 25.39 grain pellets, the JTS 18.1 grain pellets, and some Rabbit Magnums. So we'll test those in the chronograph if this thing will read properly, see what kind of speeds you can get. And of course, here is the Beeman Raider that we were using, that you saw. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll do some accuracy testing down there, and maybe go back, do some longer range testing as well, and see what we can do. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, 806.3. We're using Craftsman 14.3 grain pellets. Let's do another one. 807.3. Okay, the first one was in air, so I'm gonna load up a couple more. I'm gonna load up 3 more. I'm really shooting up a lot of pellets trying to do this, and I don't have a lot more left, and it's gonna be a little bit before I get some more, so I'm gonna have to watch my shots. $810.2. Anyway, there you go. So those are the speeds that's shooting at. So I guess it's shooting just a bit over 800 right now. So basically I'm just going to tell you some of the speeds I've been getting out of this thing off camera. So first of all, at full power I got 980 feet per second with 14.3 grain pellets, which is a lot of power. I tuned it down to 840 and did that. So I have it tuned up now where it's on about 800 or so. But the strange thing is, whenever I pump it up to about all the way up and start shooting, it shoots really slow for some strange reason. But then after, I don't know, 15-20 shots, maybe after about 15 shots or so, it starts speeding up. And to where I have it tuned now, after it speeds up, it gets up to about 900. Starts getting pretty close to full power. I don't get quite as many shots per fill. So I'm not sure exactly what the problem is, but I think it's because this thing is unregulated, and when it's at a higher pressure, then the knock open valve or whatever it is that allows air to go into the breech to push the pellet out the barrel, there's too much pressure on it from the chamber, and it can't open as easily, and so it allows less air through. But then after the pressure goes down, it can open easier and allows more air to go out, and that's why it speeds up. So I'm thinking maybe what I need to do is I just not pump it up as much, find the sweet spot, and maybe tune it down just a bit, so I can get maybe more shots per fill, instead of having it quite as powerful. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. That's what I've been working on. But yeah, this thing is definitely capable of a lot of power if you tune it all the way up. Alrighty guys, I went ahead and adjusted the hammer spring and tried to get some more speed readings, but the chronograph would not read for some reason. It could be the way I was shooting it, but I think it's just getting too dark out here. So I'm gonna do some accuracy testing before it gets too dark real quick. So I'm gonna go and sit you up, and we're gonna do some accuracy testing with those pellets I showed you earlier. See what kind of groups we can get. I'm not sure how fast it's going right now, but I'm just gonna see what kind of accuracy we can get now. And I might have to adjust the, I'll do a chronograph test later when I got more daylight, I think. And yeah, we might do the power test later as well. Anyway, let's go and do the accuracy test. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and got it sort of sighted in. Should be close to the bullseye, so we're gonna go ahead and do some shooting and see what kind of accuracy we can get out of it, and do that. Alrighty guys, so we went ahead and did our shooting. It's getting kind of dark. I don't know if I gotta do any more shooting or not. We'll see once. Anyway, so here's our shots. So first of all, I did the JTS 18 grain pellets. We had one flyer here, and then about 4 in that hole, which that's really good, except for the flyer. Then here we did the JTS 25 grain pellets. We had probably about 3 up here and about 2 down here, which isn't quite so good. A little bit more of space there. The Carlson ones, we had some right here and right here, so that's not bad at all. 15 in the Rabbit Magnums, we had just a hole like that. Just pretty good actually. So out of all of these, I would say minus the flyer, these 18 grain ones here are the best, probably out of all of them. Honestly, these Rabbit Magnums are probably the best if you count the flyer on the JTS one, which I'm kind of surprised at actually. I do want to try a Terminator sometime, but I don't have them right now. So I'm thinking we could try the Rabbit Magnums at about 25 and 50 yards and see what they do at those distances, since those seem to be grouping the best here at about 15. So I'll probably use those rather than the Carlson ones. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that shooting at 25 yards, about 30, to see what we're gonna do. I was gonna do the Rabbit Magnums, but since they're shooting slower, I think I'm gonna use the Carlson pellets. Also the Rabbit Magnums, I don't think they did quite as good as what I thought they did in the footage from doing the shooting at 15 yards. So I'm gonna use the Carlson ones and see what those do. Alright guys, so here we are. I went ahead and did some shots with the Carlson pellets, and that's a group that I got there with 5 shots. So I was shooting the Rabbit Magnums some as well to see what kind of groups I could get with the Rabbit Magnums. I'm not sure if they were hitting up here as well, or if they hit somewhere else. I'll have to rewatch the footage for that. But yeah, that's the Carlson pellets there. You saw it. It's not a bad group at all at 25 yards. Maybe about an inch group, kind of a long string. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it doesn't look too bad. So the next thing to do is try it out at 50 yards. But before we do that, I'm going to work on getting it sighted in where it's dead on in here at 30 yards. And then we'll try it at 50 yards. Alright guys, so we were out here and we're going to do some shooting at 50 yards. See what kind of groups we can get, and what kind of accuracy we get. It's kind of raining out here, it's kind of sprinkling. It's very annoying. My gun's going to get all wet. It's already all wet. The scope's wet. The breech, I think, is wet. It's probably not going to be too good for it, but I kind of want to shoot anyway. Just shooting. Okay, we are at almost full power there. So let's go ahead and start. By the way, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and get that subscribe button right now as fast as you can. I don't like being out here in the rain, but if you enjoy these kinds of videos and enjoy me getting all wet out here, hit that subscribe button, get that done ASAP now before you keep watching the video, if you want to see more of these shooting videos. Let's go and get to shooting. This thing is all wet. Okay. Not a bad group. Now the next thing to do is go down there and take a look at it, but since I kind of want to get this thing sighted in at 50 yards, I'm going to adjust the scope, do a bit more shooting, and then we'll take out the check. Then we'll take a look. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and took those shots. I'm down here now and I looked at the target and it looks really good. Okay, let me say one thing. It is a budget PCP, so it won't be nearly as good as what like a high-end PCP would be. And when I say really good, I mean for what I've seen. I mostly just had brake barrels and stuff that's a little more subpar. I have not been able to do this good before. So to me, this is really, really good at 50 yards. But you know, I'm sure there's much better. I'm sure you could do much better than this with a higher end PCP. But for me, with my first PCP, this is really good compared to what I have been doing. So anyway, let me show you the groups and see what you think. So this is the group I got at 50 yards before I adjusted. 5 shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one went a little off to the side there. So not counting that, it's only like that. The 50 yards, it's in a group like that, which that is not bad at all for a budget PCP. I mean, that's within a that's me a 1-inch group maybe from this shot right here up to here. Here's my thumb for comparison of the group. So yeah, not bad at all at 50 yards. Definitely would kill a squirrel. Then I adjusted it up about 1.5 inches and got it about right smack on the bullseye here where I wanted it. Had 4 right here and an extra one right there. Again, about the same size group, about 1 inch from here down to here. Not counting this one here, it's about right there. Again, here's my thumb for comparison beside the group. So you can see it is not bad at all. I could maybe adjust this up a little bit higher so it's shooting a little high at 50 yards yet. But I think for now I'll leave it at that. That's pretty good. Now let's go ahead and let's do the power test and see what kind of power we can get out of this thing. One thing I will say before I do that, when I do the power test, I'll have it tuned down a little bit from the full power. So it won't be the full potential power that thing could get, but it's still gonna be pretty powerful. Sometime later, I will do another video where I tune it all the way up to full power, and we'll see what we can do then. But for now, we'll just have it tuned down a little bit. Alrighty guys, so we are out here, and we're gonna go ahead and do the power test now. It is really windy out here, also very cold. The wind chill is probably extremely cold out here. Hopefully you can hear me even though it's windy, but we're gonna go and try to do the power test. Hopefully you can get some good footage even though it's windy. I am freezing cold. Let's go ahead and get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot, and I got the slow-mo camera rolling and we'll see what we can do. We're like very close, like maybe, I don't know, 15 feet. Not very far away at all, but we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do. Hopefully this thing will still deliver some power even though it's pretty cold out here. So yeah, let's go and see what we can do. I'm going to be using the Crosman 14.3 grain Ultra Mags domed pellets. I'm gonna go ahead and get the slow-mo camera started. Alright, we're rolling on the slow-mo. Let's see what we can do. Hold on the camera, but it's pretty windy. Alright. Oh my word. That blew up. Yeah, we'll have some good slow-mo footage on that. Let's go ahead. Oh, I smell cinnamon. And you know what? Just remembered, I was going to make sure I wore safety glasses, and I forgot because of all the wind and cold, and I was intent on getting a shot, and I forgot to wear safety glasses. Thankfully, nothing came back, but I'm gonna keep these on. I'm gonna keep these on for the rest of the time, and hopefully, yeah.
By the way, on the other two things, I'm going to use the Carlson Domed Ultra Mags as well as the H&N Field Target Trophy green pellets, which are 9.56 grain pellets. Very lightweight, they're alloy pellets. We'll see how much they penetrate as well. Alright guys, so I went ahead and shot both of them. Here's the Carlson Domed pellet, and here's the other pellet. Really not penetrate very far, unfortunately, in that lid. Shot the oil filter. Carlson pellet went in there decently far, and the other one went in there a little bit further, but none of them made it through. There's definitely oil leaking out though, so I think it went into the bottom there. It's kind of hard to see, but anyway. So yeah, one thing I would say though, I think maybe part of the problem is that it's really cold out here. I think that might be causing the pellets to shoot slower or something. So I might have to do this again later on another day when it's warmer and see if we get different results. But for now, this is the power test I did for today. I hope you enjoyed the video about that pellet gun. Hopefully it gave you an accurate picture of what that pellet gun is like. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one as well before I freeze out here. Toodles!